of this is going to be fighting against Big Cucumber Cutter 7. So quite a tough foe that they have.
I am intimidated and shaking in my boots, that is for sure. I have a lot of fear for these two players. But as we get started here on Demon Island, we're going to see who can kind of get that early advantage here. A lot of scrapping so far, some hits being traded back and forth. We got our first weapon toss, so.
Okay, Bamya just waiting a little bit. Shadra just backing off after connecting that sidelight. Backing on in there. Oh, getting that down, really dangerous, but then backs off, make sure not to get hit by the weapon toss. Gets back onto the stage, the Sido does connect. Shadra is just trying to start an edge guard.
Okay, and this is kind of one of the issues with Zal, though, too, especially because they got rid of some of their agility to put it more towards their defense, so their attacks are going to be a little bit slower. So if they're not careful and they're just pressing buttons, there's a lot of openings there for a potential, like, counter attack that can leave them very vulnerable. So they're going to have to be a little bit careful in how they actually decide to approach and, you know, get offensive.
At the moment, looking for the recovery. Nice quick punish though. Using that side, the D-Light does connect, but it's not going to actually... Oh no, never mind, it will result in the KO. That fully stock off of Bamya gone. Now it's 2-2, but listen, you're at this point in terms of damage, just about anything from Zol can result in a KO. This is where it starts to get really, really scary. Such a good dodge though. Wow, that was perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely really solid. Oh! Okay, going way up high there. Not going to be enough to take the stock. Well, I mean, you're definitely a little bit closer. That is for sure. Ooh. And I like that. Shadra just getting really aggressive with the scythe, which is exactly what you should be doing here, especially when Zal's off stage. But you also got to give them just a little bit of respect. You got to respect exactly what this character's got going, because all of a sudden, like you said just a little while ago, a stock can just disappear against Zal.
Okay, really good stuff. Able to get the recovery afterwards. Now it's left sweating. Do you have any way to get back down? That's going to be another recovery. But then committing to the downer and putting yourself off stage, that is a risky play. You eat one D-Light, luckily nothing else. But that could have gone a lot worse for Shadra.
Okay, there we go. Puts him right off stage. Let's see the edge guard option. Not going to be able to find anything. They were getting a little aggressive, which I like to see. And they do find a way to take the stock here. Going to be going for these weapon juggles here. Just try to keep... Bamya unarmed as best as possible.
Picking up the spirit out, looking for the end light. Doesn't actually connect though. Okay. Gets a cannon, gets one downer, and then really overcommit to that side light, but really good punish from Shadra. I just recognized, hey, this is my opening. I'm gonna get my D-Light combo now. Really good stuff. Ooh, whiffing another side light there. What's gonna happen?
Oh, I mean, right there, he got a little bit of a cannon combo to get things just a little bit started. Oh, no, getting pineappled. You don't like to see it. It definitely sucks to see, but you know what? When you're Bamya, you'll definitely take that W no matter what.
Yeah, Bamya was getting a lot of openings, specifically with Cannon D-Light and Cannon Cider. I feel like he was able to quite comfortably initiate against Shadra. I would have liked to take like a better, closer look of like, hey, what is it about, you know, Bamya's button pressing? What is it about, you know, Shadra's movement that is actively getting punished here? You do not want to go blow for blow with a character like Zol. And I feel like we haven't really seen any too long extended strings, you know, from Mirage, from Shadra, so not really able to match that kind of damage. Going into game 2 now, already another such aggressive opening, really good whiff punish there once again on that side light. Whiffing that D-Light, Shadra able to get a couple of hits for it, recognizing that there is no dodge, and able to get that D-Light. Really good stuff.
Yeah, wow, they're definitely coming right out of the gates here hot. Definitely try to put down as much damage as possible. See if they can get a nice early start here, because we already know, we've seen it a few times now, that Zal is very capable of taking stocks early, and I like that. Getting that first stock there in a very quick amount of time, too. Definitely letting Bamya know, hey, you gotta, you know, you still gotta play against me. You can't be taking it easy because I'm about to light you up.
He taketh and he giveth away, picking up the spear again. Really nice combo there into, you know, the neutral heavy there. And now Shadra picking up the spear again, pressing D-Light in the wrong direction, and just giving Bamya ample time to be able to get that punish and closing it out with another end light. Yeah, I don't know what Shadra was doing pressing D-Light in the wrong direction like that, but that is the kind of a move that if you whiff it, you give your opponent such a huge window to punish. So I feel like Shadra does have a couple of unsafe commitments, especially like on the ground. And also, you know, Bamya, especially with cannon in hand, has been getting a lot of jump callouts with cannon down. Axe on hand now. Let's see what's going to happen.
Right, there we go. Trying to get a lot of that pressure. Keep them off stage here. Goes for one aggressive option. I thought they gave up stage control entirely, and they did for a little bit until Shadra decided to get aggressive off stage as well to try to get some sort of counterplay. But now we're just in a little bit of neutral here. Both of them kind of jockeying for position back and forth. Nothing super solid yet.
Shadra is swinging. Shadra is swinging way too much. I just saw Shadra gets punished like 3-4 times in a row by just jumping in and then pressing a different option each time. And then Bamya has consistently called out every single one of these jumps, being with a sider or just backing off and catching the landing with something like an axe D-light. Ooh, Shadra, I just want to see a little bit less aggressive play.
All right. Oh, okay. Big hit on that. Trying to get things started here on that second stock, but you get a little too aggressive. And yeah, I think you're kind of right. I feel like Shadra is just pressing a little too many buttons, and I get it. You know, you got off to a hot start. You're trying to get a game back, but you do have to dial things back a little bit as well. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. Great way to even up the game, though.
Yeah, good catch on the timing specifically. Bamya thought that he was safe, and guess what? He was not safe at all. Shadra just slowed that down and was able to get that final hit. Okay, picking up the cannon now, looking for the neutral, but then still so little, and like able to get that side in, and then trying to finish it off with a recovery to boot as well. Looking for the slide off and saying, oh man, he is so aggressive right now, and Shadra is just trying to desperately get him off of him.
And here we go, potential, well not potential, it is the last stock situation here. And Mirage in a very tough spot as we see the cannon close it out. Game 2 in the books for Bamya. They just need one more to keep it going here. I don't know what Shadra's going to do to, you know, switch things up, but we'll see. I don't know.
Shadra is sometimes on the ground and then swinging in the opposite direction of Bamya and then is getting like punished over and over. Like, you saw that first end light with, I believe they were back on the ground. They tried to press like a light, I think it was, with the scythe. And then Bamya was just able to say, hey, you pressed a button that you shouldn't have, and I'm able to get this KO. We saw this with the Spirit D-Light as well. I just feel like Shadra is getting whiff punished a lot. And that is just giving Bamya a lot of openings.
Well, here we go. Game 3. This is Shadra's last chance to try and get a game in this set. Well, not last chance. I mean, you can do it again. But you are facing elimination here. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you're playing the same character, but not at the same time. So we'll definitely see how this plays out.
Coming back in with the side, love the extension using the weapon toss, able to get a bit more damage out. Shadra just waiting, being nice and patient here, and then still just gets back onto the stage. He does have excellent defensive options sometimes.
All right. Great movement so far from Zal. And Bamya just trying. Okay, almost lost the stock there. Oh! Wow, go way up high, but Shadra is not able to clean it up. Goes for the weapon toss there. Man, Zal just, those heavy defenses just coming in play. Just keeping him alive a little bit longer.
That GC D-Light a little bit too high, but I love the idea from Bamya, but unfortunately just did not connect. Good weapon toss. I don't think you have any way to make it back onto the stage at this point. Oh, wait. Okay. For a second there, I thought there might have been a bit of hope, but Shadra did a really good job catching that drift and connecting that final down, and now Shadra has a lead. Is this a good lead, especially against Zal? Not really, but you gotta get some extra credit now.
Bamya saw a golden opportunity there, and I think just got a little too excited, so they weren't able to close out the stock. And I get it. Sometimes, like, it just seems like something's just a little too easy, and then your fingers just get really excited, and you start pressing buttons a little too wrong, and, you know, things happen. You do find a way to clean up that stock one way or another, though. You take a little bit of damage in the process, but really, you're still in a good position. Like, there's nothing wrong with what's going on right now.
Shadra is jumping and just constantly trying to initiate, maybe now being a little bit less aggressive with it and just trying to overshoot, mix up the movement, and get behind Bamya.
All right, as they kind of dance around the platforms here. Ooh, that axe combo. Beautiful stuff from Bamya. Trying to maintain a way to get this lead back in their favor. I mean, at this point, even with if they had a little more damage, I feel like the lead's, you know, in their favor just because of how Zal hurts. But ooh, great offensive option off stage, closing out that stock a little bit early, and that's exactly what Shadra needed.
Okay, Shadra has now started to do this thing where Shadra is jumping in front of Bamya's face and now just dodging a lot more often instead of just jumping and pressing a button. So I want to see how Bamya actually responds to that. I want to see, hey, did they actually just change up, you know, do they understand how Shadra has changed the way that they're approaching? But right now, you're stuck off stage. You have to find a way to be able to get back on. Again, the jump and a dodge immediately in Bamya's face. Still able to hold down the positioning and still able to close it down with the neutral.
All right. Last stock scenario here in this game 3. Again, Shadra doing really well so far, is taking every stock first in this game. That's already a good sign. And some strong edge guarding here. Not able to keep it up, but you got a nice little chunk of damage out of that, so that was beautiful.
Oh, and almost getting that into the D-Light as well. Shadra is playing amazing right now. Just dealt so much damage out to Bamya, but it is Zol. So one good D-Light, one good down. But look at the catch on that dodge. That's that one bad dodge. You do not dodge against Cannon like that. And Bamya almost taught Shadra why.
Oh, can we get back?
Oh, no,
okay, we do get
back?
that wall touch there. Gonna be able to stay alive just a little bit longer. I'd like to see you get back on stage. What are you doing? Shadra, that was so dangerous. You could have lost the stock. Oh, my.
Oh, the recovery doesn't do it. Zol just enough defense to be able to survive that. Wait, what? You fell off with the D-Light and you weren't able to get the recovery. It does not matter. Shadra keeping themselves afloat, keeping themselves alive in this game, in this set, and taking a game over Bamya.
Yeah, that was definitely a game. And I like to see that too. Shadra's starting to come alive here. You know, showcasing, hey, look, first 2 games were a little bit rough, but, you know, I'm here. I got my Donatello now. This was the problem, right? You're playing Mirage earlier. Now you're playing Donatello, a clearly different character. So it's all working out for you. But I think also having access to those platforms definitely allowed them to, you know, give them a little bit more escape options, be able to kind of disengage, and also just extend some of these combos a little bit as well. But now we're going right back to Demon Island, and this is where Bamya got their W. So you're going to have to be careful if your name is Shadra.
Shadra, so something that I just saw happening, Shadra is mixing up the way that they're jumping in. Before they were just jumping in front of Bamya's face and then immediately pressing a button, especially things like Spearsider. And the thing that started happening was they started jumping in front of Bamya's face, preemptively dodging, waiting for Bamya to press a button, and then able to get a whip punish off of it. I saw that interaction play out a few times. I want to see how it happens now. That doesn't matter. Bamya's off stage, able to get a couple of big hits. You saw that sidelight. He was trying to go for the same lead that he did last game, which is to try and catch Shadra dodging out.
And there we go, getting that first stock. And this is exactly what I wanted to see from Bamya after dropping a game. You know, just kind of, hey, look, you got your W, that's fine. I got the first 2. I'm going to try and close this out as fast as I can. And when you're playing a character like Zol, it can be as fast as you can sometimes. Oh, that was just barely off the mark. Wait, counterplay here?
Uh-oh. No. That ground pound was no good. That ground pound was no good, and Shadra is bleeding for it, and dare I say sweating. Still makes it back on, though. Still is able to live another day, but dashing on in there, that doesn't KO. Wow, that has a lot less knockback than I thought it would, but that's going to be the D-Light into the cider. You have nowhere to go, but Shadra, the recovery down a little bit too low. Still not able to close the stock against Zol.
Oh man, all right. See, this is what I see pretty often too. When you come in as the player who's expected to win a match, right? Sometimes there's that pressure as the lower seeded player to be like, hey, I need to get this more than you need to get this, right? And then they take a game, they start to get that confidence, and then this other player's just all of a sudden like, all right, I need to wake this up a little bit more. I can't be, you know, just kind of going through the motions. I need to start stepping my game up. And as we can see, taking a nice 2-stock lead there before losing that stock again. Yeah, you're looking good, man. I would say Bamya's in a very comfortable position, but I wouldn't rest quite yet.
He gets that neutralizer just to get off me tool. Cannon on hand again, and now Shadra is left weaponless. D-Light into the downer, just getting Shadra off stage. That side light is just saying, hey, back off. I'm picking up my scythe now. Good catch on that dodge. Able to get that end light as well. Looking for the recovery, and Bamya just barely able to dodge past it. Oh no! That end light should have connected. Oh, that was so close. Shadra's spacing is just a few pixels off. You have to have perfect spacing with Scythe.
Okay, there we go. That's a lot of big damage to get started. We're getting to the axe. Oh, tried looking for a way to close out that stock there. Oh, wait, are you going to find your way back? Woo, wait. Wow. Okay, the TC. Oh, my God. Oh. Utilizing literally all of your resources to get back to the stage there and stay alive. That, oh.
Oh, yeah. Shadra now able to get the recovery, the ground pound, excuse me. Whoa, complete opposite. Able just to get the back hitbox of it. Really good stuff. Closes out that stock. Shadra has a lot of work to make up for, and Bamya just needs one hit. The recovery, even with no weapon, just dealt so much knockback. It dealt good damage. Tried to get the reverse neutralizer, but it ultimately ended up getting punished. Too big of a commitment. Bamya able to close it out, able to take the game, able to subsequently take the set as well, and knocking Shadra down to elimination side.
Definitely a bit of a rough one, but that was a fantastic match and a great showcase of strong cannon gameplay. So I'm already